The beginning of Act 2 starts with John Proctor and his wife Elizabeth sitting down for dinner. As they're at the table, John Proctor notices that Elizabeth is sad about something. She thinks that John was at Salem since he spoke about it earlier this week. Then she tells him that Mary Warren went to Salem even though John Proctor told her not to, but Elizabeth could not stop her from going.
Mary Warren decides to go to the newly established court and defies Elizabeth's word not to leave. Proctor hears for the first time about the new court to judge those of accused witchcraft. He is proposed by Elizabeth to go to Salem and speak out against it and to call it a false court. Proctor says he'll think on it. Elizabeth finds this strange and accuses him again of having a special relationship with Abigail. At this, he then becomes extremely angry and tells Elizabeth that he will not have it. Then the arguing continues, and Mary Warren walks into the house. John Proctor then yells at Mary Warren and asks her why she ever left the house when told specifically not to. She doesn't do anything about this and apologizes to John Proctor for being in the proceedings all day. John comes back with a witty comment, and Mary Warren gives Elizabeth a present, which is specifically a puppet, and says that she will clean the house tomorrow. But when asked about the 14 women accused of witchcraft, she replies to John and says, "There are now 39 women accused of witchcraft."
Mary and Proctor continue to argue about whether she can go to the witch trials or not. The argument escalates to the point where Proctor busts out a whip and starts to threaten her. Mary gets pretty mad and says that she saved Mary's life that day because her name got mentioned, but Mary defended her. But Mary will not say the names of who mentioned Elizabeth's name. So Proctor tells her to go to bed, but Mary tells him to stop bossing her around. But she still goes to bed either way. So Elizabeth is pretty sure that Abigail is the one to accuse her because she wants to take her place in Proctor's life.
My summary starts with Proctor taking his rifle to go meet with Abigail like Elizabeth is demanding. Elizabeth claims that John is on Abigail's side as Abigail is accusing Elizabeth of witchcraft. As their fight ensues about Abigail having control over John, Mr. Hale walks in. Hale is here to talk about how Elizabeth is being accused in court of witchcraft. Once Hale is informed that they already know, he starts to talk about Rebecca Nurse's role in the court and how there is a possibility that she has also been dancing with the devil. With that, Hale turns the conversation to talk about how John Proctor has not been coming to church. Proctor claims that he has been going to church as much as he can, and that he prays alone when he cannot make it to church.
This Proctor dude, he's like trying to prove that he is not a follower of the devil, right? And he tries to do this by listing all the commandments, but he messes up. He forgot one. And then this Proctor dude, he was like, he is not a follower of the devil, and so then he makes it even worse by telling Mr. Hale that he has no witness of what happened in the woods, the children being sick and all that, but he does know, he is certain that the sickness had nothing to do with witchcraft, right? And then he messes up even more because he said that he got his information from Abigail Williams. That girl's crazy.
Hey, so today I'm going to be summarizing pages 61 and 62 of The Crucible. These pages start out with Proctor, Hale, and Elizabeth talking about who is accused of being a witch. Proctor was talking about how Abigail was in the woods with Tituba. After that, Hale asked if Proctor would testify in court. He said he wouldn't mind, but however, he said sure anybody would think he's credible enough. Elizabeth and Proctor also mentioned a bit of insuredness with there even being witches in the world. Gills then arrives and says that they took his wife and Rebecca. Then Francis states that Rebecca is charged with the murders of Goody Putnam's babies.
Hal came to visit the Proctor house, asking if both Goody Proctor and Proctor knew their commandments. Cheever came with a warrant for Elizabeth's arrest and was looking for poppets, and noticed there was a poppet on the mantel and asked if he could have it. Elizabeth said it wasn't hers and Mary had just given it to her that day. And Cheever finds a needle inside the poppet's stomach and then explains that that night Abigail was eating dinner and collapsed in pain to find a needle in her belly.